I suppose so. Yeah, I think we scored a very good goal. Similar games as the last three in terms of clean sheet at half time, but this time we had an advantage with the goal, and I thought it was a brilliant goal, well worked goal. Brought Amari in to play shorter off for Terry, and it was working. I don't think they troubled us that much first half. 1-0 up at half time, and we knew they would come out. You know, you could tell Andy weren't happy, and they've got a lot of experience on their bench, and they really come at us and they threw a lot of things into our box. But we done great. We done really well with that. We just, for one moment, sort of lost our shape, which allowed the centre back to come through, and it took a wicked deflection. I can't grumble at the players really for the goals of late, because you know he's got a foot to it. It was Vaughan, and it's come off and looped over underside of the bar and in, and then there was a huge test for us. But prior to that, we could have been 2 up.
It was a great chance, wasn't it? 1-0.
It was, and I suppose it was too good to be true. You know, I'd give Amari a new deal this week. He scores a cracking first goal. He looked a threat all day, and when he went in, I really fancied him to score, and that was a crucial time in the game because we played on the counter for a bit. We had to, because they were throwing long throws in. There's nothing you can do. They were every opportunity they were putting the ball in our box, and we really defended it well. Organised, strong, and we broke. And the plan was to break on the opposite side. You know, when we played with a little bit more width, and Amari got in. He was cleaning, and you know, Jones is a good keeper. Paul Jones, you know, he stood up well. But if that goes in, it's a different story. So I've learned a lot more again today about the team. I've learned loads of different things. There's different scenarios that happened today, and certainly once they scored, going towards their end, that was a test of character, whether we could hold out, and we did. I think we was fairly comfortable in the end.
Resilience is a big word in football. You're pleased with the resilience the team has shown?
I'm thrilled, absolutely delighted. The key for me has been, you know, as I've said before, is to stop the goals. We're doing it as a rule. Stop teams coming through us too easy, you know, so easily. We've done it. The boys have done that for me. We just had a good chat actually in the dressing room, the whole squad, and so they know me now. I mean, they know what I want. They know what I'm looking for. It's important they try and, you know, fit into our plans, you know, short, medium, and long term. Because if you give everything, like we did, and if you're resilient and you do all those things, you have a chance to win the game, even against a huge club like Pompey. You know, they're a massive club. Andy won't mind me saying that, you know, they've probably got a lot more money than us. It's not always easy when you've got the money, but they have, and you know, they've got a great fan base. But we showed a lot of things today, and another day we maybe could have won that game.
You say you're learning all the time about the squad. What are the extra things you've learnt today?
Well, the fact that we played with a short striker, you know, Amari in the hole, it didn't quite work to start with because the game was quite congested in the middle. So we moved him out to the left. We changed again. We changed our system quite a few times, and it worked. You know, him coming in off the line where the fullback can't take him, freed himself up in a nice pocket of space and buried it. And I think the last sort of 20 minutes at Mansfield showed me that we can play a different way, and I like us a lot better playing that way. I think it gives us more options. I think Vaughan coming back in was a huge plus. Jack was unlucky not to play, he hasn't done anything wrong, but you know, Vaughan, he is an out and out right back, and I think with Vaughan and with Craig on the other side, it gives us a real outlet. So if we want to play narrow and compact, we've certainly got an out with them too, and it worked. I mean, we got into some really good areas today of the field, first half and second half, and we just didn't have that final ball. But that's going to be the icing on the cake for me. I've had to start from the back. I'm pleased with that, and now it's about trying to find ways that we can be a little bit more inventive around the box and have a bit more belief.
Does it give you an extra buzz as a manager when you give a player a new contract, start him, and he repays you as he did today in Amari's doing, James?
Yeah, all of the younger players, so I've seen a lot of the younger players because I've been working with them in the afternoons, and Amari's done that, you know, as a Zach and you know, Hanks and Bobby, and you know, the boys, they've shown me in training what they can do, and I've seen Amari do that. So when he got in there, I actually thought, you know, he looked dangerous. I don't know what you guys thought, but he looked dangerous today. Terry did very well looking after two centre halves, you know, burnt himself out in the end. And yeah, I was pleased with the boys. They gave everything, and now it's about preparing for Exeter.
How big a decision was it to drop your leading goal scorer?
I wasn't aware he was, to be honest. I wasn't aware that Byron wasn't. He got a bit of a bump this week in training on his knee. But you know, it's horses for courses, and you know, Terry can look. You know, I think all the fans can see that Tell's work rate is unbelievable. And when you play with a high striker like that, because we're trying to create some space in the middle, it's important that guy is willing to run, you know, and look after two centre halves. And it was a tactical decision. Terry, you know, did that very well for us, and on another day we could have been 2-0 up.
You look at the bench, a lot of youngsters on that bench. How close are they to being able to play regularly?
Well, for the last minute of this conversation, I've been thinking of Harry because I left him out. You know, I was showing off there, trying to know all their names. So yeah, Bobby and Harry. They're young. They're really young. And what happens, you know, when we're under pressure and I'm thinking, how can we change it? I look at them and they're all sitting there like a youth team. I'm thinking, you know, is this going to make it better? But you know, they're improving all the time, and I didn't feel it was quite right to stick them on today. It was quite an aggressive game. It was you know, when Pompey are putting the ball into your box that much, you really do need some know-how around the box. So Andy's played a lot of games, you know, in his career. I put him on. He didn't get a chance really to show us going forward what he can do, but he was disciplined, and I just didn't think it was the right day today to throw Zach on. There wasn't enough open space, and I was happy tactically. I thought tactically we limited them to you know, shots at Trev. And like I say, the players are learning only quickly. It's small steps. I'm not used to drawing this much. I'm used to going for the wins all out, but you know, it's I'm happy because of, you know, what we took over and